Good evening, everyone. I've got the SDR up and running on the Mac. As you can see, I'm capturing that window while also capturing audio. It's about 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight here in Toronto, so that's just after 3 UTC. And what I want to do is try to do a little bit of a band scan using the SDR, which is something I don't think I've done yet. I certainly haven't done a video of. Well, I mean, I've done it, but not in a kind of organized way. So I will open up one of the shortwave sites to see if we need it. I'm not necessarily going to try to identify everything, and I don't want to go too long on this. We're going to start down here, so that's 6 megahertz right there. We'll increase the resolution of this a little bit. And we're going to start right down here. I don't know if this is actually something, but I think.
It's important to understand who the hypocrites are, where the double standards are, so we can properly prepare
right, so we have.
that certainly is going to bring the United States to its knees for the global government.
We have, you know, some of the usual religious broadcasting. What is that? WWCR, I think. Let me just, got my phone out here because I don't have a second screen set up at the moment. Let's see. 48. Oh. Yeah, WWCR from Nashville. That's what I thought. But as you can, well, we'll just turn the sound on again for a minute.
We get the sufficient amount of iodine every day, derived from ancient sea salt found thousands of feet below the Earth's surface. Our InfoWars.
Yeah. Oh, the usual stuff, but you can see it's coming in very well. I've got the bandwidth still set at 6. Well, let's play with that a little bit.
For a healthy thyroid and a healthy metabolism, get yours now at InfoWarsStore.com.
Yeah. So there's our start. So we'll just delete that. I don't think any of this is going to be anything. There are lots of harmonics that show up on the SDR and sometimes changing. And you can see this, which I'm curious as to what this is, but some sort of interference. Oh, here we got something. We've got looks like a lower sideband something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, that's interesting. But I wouldn't expect us to find. So, I doubt that's anything. That's probably a harmonic. But I'm wrong. It's WRMI from Florida just coming in. I'm not keeping any notes, unfortunately, tonight, or I don't know where I put my book anyway. That does come in occasionally, but yeah. So we can drag this up. And this is the Overcomer from Monticello. I don't know if you can hear it. It's there, but weak. So I'm just dragging the mouse along. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if some of this interference is internal or related. Well, some of this isn't interference, some of this is stuff, but anyway. Let's start picking. And now we're starting to see the 49 meter band. And all of these are broadcast shortwave stations. So, mostly US stuff. This is WRMI from Florida again. I don't know what program they have on right now. That varies. That will be, and so you can, and this is CubicSDR, so you can slide along here and you can then fine tune up there. It doesn't jump the way some of the others do. But this is, yeah, as I thought, this is WRMI. So also from Florida.
We'll get moving over the hill. Maybe we'll come over. We'll go traffic to the opposite spot. And suddenly
And this is WWCR from Nashville. We had an earlier broadcast of this. This is usually extremely strong.
We start playing high. People, and then they see them respond.
Wonderful office before the Lord. Only a time upon the host of all things before the tabernacle of the congregation, and Aaron's sons shall sprinkle the blood thereof out upon the altar. One more time, and he shall also the sacrifice with peace offering, offering made by fire of the Lord, the fire off in the room.
So this is again WWCR from Nashville. This is an odd approach to preaching, but this is WRMI once again, different program this time, obviously. This is Radio Habana from Cuba. So this is Cuban National Broadcasting. So Radio Cuba. And this is Radio Marty. Oh, sort of anti-Castro radio out of Florida. This is local shortwave here in Toronto. One of, as I mentioned before, one of my favorite Canadian shortwave oddities. This is CFRX Toronto, which we could bring up on AM. I think it's a 1,000-watt broadcast. And this blasting in every night. You know, you might as well open the bandwidth right up to. This is NHK Nippon, so rebroadcast from France.
1ドル139円82銭から82銭
It comes in extremely well, very reliably. I'm not sure whether that's a harmonic or something or not. I'm thinking it might be. There is some broadcasting there. Yeah, I'm not getting anything that's likely to be coming in, showing up on that list anyway. So that could be a harmonic.
Then you show off with the socket.
Yeah. And that's probably it for the 49 meter band. So let's pop our frequency up. And let's see what's going on up here. Now, one of the fun things, of course, about being up above 7,000 is we can start to look for some ham stuff. So let's put it in lower sideband and have a little bit of a look around. And let's get ourselves a little bit more resolution here to see what's going on. One of the things that I find annoying about this is that it's really easy to knock the bandwidth selector. Anyway, what I do love is that if you look here, if you see where my mouse is on the waterfall displays, that you can see the continuous wave stuff. Alright. Digital mode of some sort. I don't know them. And this, again, if you look at the waterfall, it becomes fairly obvious what's going on. So if that's continuous wave Morse code, then what's this? Do we have any?
Because you set the point narrow, but that shows you that if the whole frequency is more than 3,000, there's nobody running except Fox Radio people running any more than 1,000 on SSB.
Anyway, so we can start to bring in some ham content here. Not a whole lot, actually, though. It's not super active tonight. Well, then we can put it back into AM. Well, yes, okay, so now let's see what... But... So... This is an oddity. So did you see what happened? It's a broadcast station, but it's not going to be on 7.336. It's going to be on 7.335. And it was off, but when I moved the display, it's now on the correct, turn that down a little bit, but it's on the correct frequency now. So this should be Radio Marty again up here. And if we go, there's Radio Marty again, right? So here they are at 7.335, and here they are at 7.435.
Like Extendivite are the only way we're going to get our society healthy. And if you're waiting for the government and pharmaceutical care to solve your health problems, you're going to have a long, disappointing wait to find it.
Yeah, and now
Extendivite is a complete formula for extended life in the new millennium.
I don't see this directly. I mean, it may be showing, it may be just something that's not showing on the website I'm using to look these up may not be updated. There are other sources you can use that are more reliable. I'm using Shortwave info, which is, if it's been updated, very convenient, especially on a phone, but you know. So I think, given that this is going up and down, I think this is a harmonic. This, however, I know is something. Yeah, that's WRNO from New Orleans. There's some. Alright, we can. And you can also see when you move it around, sometimes the display changes. I think the averaging, I don't know, depending on where you are in the dial, seems to make a difference. And that's probably it for here. Oops. See, again, I knocked the bandwidth, which is, as I said, irritating. And this, you know, who knows what this is, right? This stuff is. So, I mean, one of the hopes with, yeah, you see, so these are harmonics of other things. One of the hopes is that, you know, you can look through this display and see visually where everything is, but the reality is there's so many harmonics that if you don't know what you're doing, you're kind of, let's just stop that, you're kind of left to your own devices sometimes. And some of these, that sounds like a harmonic of a, you know, this I think is breakthrough from AM, despite the fact that I've got an AM filter on this. Yeah, so what we're looking at is we're looking at AM breakthrough. Used to be far worse. The filter helps a lot. Right. So, I mean, the reality is you got to know where you are in the band and whether you're likely to find something useful. Let's jump up to 10. Let's see how we're doing with the... Oh, I moved the center frequency. So let's jump up here. Let's see if we can get the time signal in. Well, we can see it. I'm pointing, but that's not going to help you guys. So there's the time signal. And this is going to be a real signal over here to the left. Not coming in very well. Sometimes that comes in fairly strongly. And that is a WRMI from Florida again. You know, large transmitter site, many frequencies. Right? Okay. Where would we go next? Well, let's jump up to and see if we've got anything up here today. Really doesn't look like it. So it actually looks, now this is an interesting thing, you can see how much noise there is on there. And this is one thing that I've enjoyed, is that you can, let's just stop this because that's irritating. Okay. So we're looking at the waterfall diagram, and I mean you could do some things like, for example, I've got automatic gain shut off. If you put automatic gain shut on, you'll see some different things. You'll see more lines, you'll see more artifacts, I think. I usually leave it off. The manual gain doesn't do anything. And you'll see that there is, in fact, an ALC, an automatic level control function of sorts in here anyway, so I don't think the automatic gain gets you much. But you can look through here and you can actually see it hump up in some places where there's more noise, right? And if we go down, you know, of course, it's also automatically scaling, so that makes it a bit more complex to do what I'm talking about. But, you know, you can sometimes get a pretty good idea when you get into, you know, well, now here we have real signals and we have the 49-meter band, which is wide open tonight. We can see that our signals show quite clearly, and we can see that they're all like pretty well above the noise floor. So I think that's really useful in the display. In terms of doing this kind of band scan stuff, the one thing that I was hoping it would do, as I said earlier, was give me the ability to, you know, point and click and find something. And there's so many harmonics and whatnot all over the place that I can't, like, that's not that practical. You still have to know what you're looking for pretty well. But it's a lot of fun. I find I'm using it a lot. It's the sound quality can be excellent out of it. Reception quality can be excellent. Yeah, I'm glad I finally got an SDR. I'm enjoying playing with it. Hope that's helpful, hope that's fun. And that's kind of what we're seeing below, really below 10,000 in Toronto on a fairly decent, but not spectacular shortwave listening night using the standard RTL-SDR in direct sampling mode. Thanks for watching.